Guys, David from Core Confidence here on my morning power walk. I'm getting it out, and then I'll go home and do some push-ups and do some other practices, because that's what it takes to be successful and to not only build confidence but to maintain it. So I'm going to show you something here that I just came across in my morning walk, and it made me think of what happens when we continue to get stuck in the grooves of our conditioning, of shyness, of lack of self-belief, lack of confidence, right? Lack of high self-esteem, believing in ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around and you're going to see what I'm talking about here. There's this path I came across. You see this path right here, and there's this groove that goes right there, this groove, okay? And that groove is like your current conditioning of shyness, not believing in yourself, not thinking you're attractive enough with women, right? And it's a well-worn groove, and a lot of it comes from societal conditioning. It also comes from parental conditioning, peer conditioning, all of this stuff. But a lot of it also comes from it repeating in your mind over and over. So I noticed as I walked, I saw this path and I started walking in it, okay? And then as it got narrow, I found myself starting to continue to walk in this really narrow section here. And I was like, why the hell am I walking in this narrow section? It makes no sense. It's uncomfortable. It's too small. It's just uncomfortable. And it's like when you're caught in your shyness, you're caught in your current conditioning, you're uncomfortable in it, but it's what's known. And so you're comfortable in your uncomfortability. And so just a little bit to the left is another path. It's wider, okay? And it's a better path. It's more comfortable. However, as you know, kind of like driving on the streets in a car. Here, let me turn this camera back around. Driving on a car, if you ever drive, at least here in America, they have these grooves that prevent you from going off the road, and it's a good thing. And so this zzz, and it kind of makes it hard for your car, like to start shaking, and hard for your car to get off the road, and that's good for that situation. However, when we're talking about this situation, and you're caught in your grooves, what happens is the hardest part is to get out of the groove up into the next path, okay, that's next to it, or to completely go off the path. So I'm going to do it this way now. So if we're in this path here, and then to get over the lip, sort of, I'm kind of jumping, takes a certain amount of energy. And even if you try, it wants to keep pushing you back in and pushing you back in. And that's the body, okay, that's the body mind, that's the subconscious. So I've talked about this in my training, my free training, and if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I'll put a link below this for sure. Go fucking watch it if you haven't. Don't be a dumbass. And if you have watched it, watch it again, okay? And the body is the subconscious mind, right? Everything is conditioned in there. And so these reactions just come up, and then the thoughts come up, well, I'm not confident, I'm not the guy that women are going to want, and I'm not attractive, and these guys are better than me, and because these guys have more money and more looks and all that, that's the real reason why. And it's all your conditioning keeping you in that groove. And it takes consistent repetition and pushing through, just like going to the gym and lifting weights. You don't fucking get strong going to the gym one day a week. And I need to go back to the gym because I've been doing my push-ups and stuff, but I need to go back, right? So I'm not perfect, but that's the example of being caught in this, right? It's going to take consistent repetition over time, and there are practices and techniques that will help speed up that process, but the number one thing is the commitment to repeating and doing what it takes to get out of it. And then you can go any direction, right? Because it's also not about staying in this wider path over here, which you can see is flatter and open. It's about going any fucking direction that you like in your life, really, right? So it's like you're driving down the highway of life. You want to go off-roading, you fucking go off-roading. That's something here in the U.S. that means to go off, I don't know what they call it in other countries, but you go off the road and drive around the dirt and all that stuff. So that is the metaphor here, okay? You got to keep doing the work and doing the right things, right? And part of that, is quite simply, is telling yourself, right, and visualizing the guy that you want to become. And when you're caught in the groove, it all feels fake, it all feels unreal, of course, because your current conditioning is stronger, but it's not any more true than the conditioning that you want to program in, okay? And this is one of the secrets, is knowing that you're up against your body. Your body is conditioned in a way, because all your body knows, your body mind is, this is what's kept me safe and surviving so far in my life. This is it. So why are you fucking with this? Why are you trying to change it? We're still alive, we're still breathing, we're still shitting, we're still sleeping, you know, all that. We're still able to walk, we're still able to talk. Don't mess with it. And that's why it feels so uncomfortable. But I assure you, on the other side of that is so much better, as long as you're willing to stay committed and push through and do whatever it takes. That's really the number one thing, is the commitment to do whatever it takes. Beyond and sort of not trusting those shy, those unconfident, unsuccessful beliefs. Okay? That's what I have for you today. I hope that helps, and we're done. See you next time.